Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I think we'll go ahead and get started. There's still some people trickling in the back, which is great. I'm glad we have a smaller room today than some of those huge, overwhelming plenaries. I think it suits our panel very well and the conversation that we're going to have. I'm Laura Burks. I am with USAID, currently in the Bureau for Food Security. I work on nutrition in both our Feed the Future and our Global Health Initiative. I am not planning to say anything at all, really, at the beginning, other than just introduce and facilitate this lovely panel that we have here today, who are all prepared to speak. My only comment is just that I'm really excited to be involved in this panel on social levers, because I think it's a critical piece. We've talked a lot about country ownership, and that's a core area of USAID investment and a core principle of, I know, all of our priorities. And a lot of what we've heard on the other panels is the importance of country ownership, and we've seen a lot of countries demonstrate that from a political level. I think one of the really important questions is how we define country ownership. And I think it's not just at the government or political level, but I think it's very much at the community level, at the social change level as well. And so I'm thrilled that we have a panel here who will be speaking about a very, very diverse set of programs and topics. So it will be incredibly diverse, but we're excited to share that with you. And I think what we'll do is everyone is prepared to speak for about 7 to 10 minutes, and then we will facilitate some questions from the audience, which would be great. Hopefully we can have this be a very dynamic dialogue. So with that, I am excited to introduce our first panelist. This is Adriana Aranja, who is currently the Special Advisor to the Minister for Zero Hunger Advisory Board in the Ministry of Social Development and Fight Against Hunger from Brazil. So, Dr. Aranja, we're happy to welcome you to our panel and look forward to your comments.
Hello, I'm sorry, but I don't speak English. I know that the world talk. I try to read my speech. I hope you understand at least some words. President Lula, Brazil firm's president, considers the fight against hunger and poverty a priority in his administration and made great efforts in order to overcome such problems. As a reflection of President overall priority, the Zero Hunger program was launched in 2003 to fight extreme poverty. The program is government strategy to ensure the human right to adequate food and articulate several programs and action, allowing a great synergy among public policy. The strategy creates the basis to the promotion of food and nutrition security and contributes to the eradication of extreme poverty and to the promotion of the sense of citizenship among the population most vulnerable to hunger. By means of articulation emancipative actions with measures aimed at ensuring rights, such strategy eliminates the false dichotomy between structural policies versus emergency measures. The participation of and control by the civil society is encouraged in the elaboration and monitoring of the social policies. The programs are focused mainly on the family, giving special attention to the insured of territory. In addition to the continuous growth in the minimum wages, because power with repercussions in the amounts paid for retirement and benefits from Social Security, and the rise in employment. The first operational action of Zero Hunger implemented actions directly devoted to the extension of the access to food by the low-income population. The primary one was the immediately establishment and fast expansion of the income transfer program, the Bolsa Família program. The access was also promoted by the remodeling and expansion of the school feeding program and by supporting the expansion through public instruments such as popular restaurants and food banks. The Bolsa Família program, the main federal program for income transferring, currently attended 12.7 million poor and extremely poor families, which corresponded to approximately 48 million people. Such families shall be willing to effectively participate in the educational and health process of their children, with the establishment of link with the national systems, the health, the education, the social assistance, and the food and nutrition security. The National School Feeding Program had up to 2010 and averaged to approximately 14.7 million days meals provided at no cost in public schools all over the country to children. Furthermore, a set of public feeding and nutrition instruments is being implemented in many cities in Brazil, such as restaurants, popular restaurants, food banks, and community kitchens. The operation of such instrument involvement in innovative educational methodology with benefits the reduction of food wastage, the promotion of healthy food habits, and the social mobilization. The second age of operation was focused on the strategy of family farming, which constitutes the largest portion of the agricultural establishment and is mainly responsible for the supply of food to the domestic market. The expansion of the credit program, the National Program for Family Farming Strategy, made it reach amount to 2 million credit contracts. This is a credit program exclusively dedicated to family farms, responsibility for 6% of the food production. On the other hand, the Food Action Program was establishment of the main examples of the intersectorial program establishment, links between food supply from family farming and the demand of food for public programs and instruments, school feeding, hospital, free food distribution chains, etc., and also for the stock formation. Between 2003 and 2008, extremely poverty levels were reduced by 50%. In 2003, 70.5% of the population was below the extremely poverty line. In 2008, about 8.8% of the population was below the extremely poverty. Between 2001 and 2008, inequality in Brazil fell 8.5%. The coefficient of Gini fell from 0.594 in 2001 to 0.544 in 2008. Some lessons. The agricultural ground, particularly in the on basis of agribusiness, does not strongly imply in hunger reduction. It can even worsen the situation as a result of imperfect competition market and of land-owning concentration propensity. Nor the economy's growth can automatically a proportional reduction on poverty and hunger, mainly in historically very unequal income distribution economies. The first goal of the millennium can the action through specific programming aiming to struggle with the subjective causes of poverty and hunger. A speedy decline of extreme poverty is evidence of advances on hunger reduction and of improvement on food security. It can also engender its all economic benefits takings. A well-built and sustainability political community above Paris that relies on large popular approvals is crucial to pass through resistance from the honest who are interested on poverty maintenance. Commitment will be reinforced when the government enacts bills, laws, and public policy that settle the steadiness and constancy despite of policy turnover. There is an ambiguous requirement of boldness and clarity on setting objectives, despite of the risk of receiving small initial support because of high level of expectative that could have been generated. And goals that can come are resting on the purpose of complete and long-lasting eradication of hunger is inappropriate, taking into account the huge mobilization required. Increase food production and the current capacity by the population that suffers from food insecurity and simultaneously gave rise to institutional policies and programs that tackle the complex and subsistence causes of vulnerability to hunger, undernourishment, and food security, respecting rights and dignity. It is decisive to adopt an interdepartmental approach for food security policies, which can be viable through instrument agreement that lead to strong and coordination community of all the entirely related to food production, consumer and quality, as come as the ones related to health, education, and nourishment, with clear definition of each own responsibility. Civil society performs a vital role on programs formulation and implementation, more than ever through engagement on institutional building and improvement, as the example of the National Council on Food and Nutrition Security or National Alliances Against Hunger, which can endorse the government civil society partnership on national and local grounds. When planning the programs, it is useful to different needs and opportunities of security improvised on rural, urban, and metropolitan areas, and they set up singular programs to deal with the diversity of issues and areas. In order to make all these adjustment process comes through, it is essential to put into action, since the very beginning, a monitoring evaluation system aiming to development and uninterrupted and label information flow about program activities and effects by means of significant indicators so as to improve the program's managers. Final consideration. It is necessary to keep going in that direction, economic growth with income distribution and social inclusion. The impact of globalization are immediately by the specific strategy from the governments of each country to manage gently or alleviate the imperatives of globalization. Thus, the states have an increasing strategic role. We considered it to be a challenge to be overcome by the entire humanity. That will only be possible with the cooperation and solidarity among governments, multilateral organisms, and agents of the international civil society. Emergent issues such as the global climate changes and the increased food prices show that the solutions are not only in the range of the individual, the family, the community, or even countries and continents. We live in an global interdependence, in a world where our actions and omissions can affect the unstable and dynamic system balance. We need to build a community of destinies, and we need to work in a project that provides more justice and dignity to everyone in this present generation and in the future ones. Thank you very much.